I always forget to turn the mic on. Hey guys, it's Ted again here with your favorite show, Candlesticks. I should just call it Candlesticks instead of Bodies and Wicks, but whatever. Anyways, and I want to do a quick recap of what I did yesterday. Is I did basically a consecutive analysis of about 4 or 5 different assets. I broke them up and I ran them through my iMovie because I wanted to include different parts, such as, hey, why don't you do this? Like, subscribe to me and hit that like button. You guys actually should subscribe to me and hit that like button. I feel like I should bring a lot to the table, at least more than most people. At least hit the like button. Help me out and hit the like button, guys. But especially after I show you what today, after we talked about yesterday, you might want to hit the like button. What we talked about yesterday, first of all, we went through Bitcoin, I believe. Yeah, we went through Bitcoin. And so I guess we'll go ahead and start off there. Why not? First of all, we talked about what is smart money. Smart money is an algorithm that seeks liquidity and balance at the same time. In smart money, we don't believe in anything that retail does. We don't believe in ascending wedges or deep crabs or like harmonic stuff or trend lines or channels or any of that stuff. All that stuff, or even indicators. Indicators can be a distraction. There's one indicator I do use, and that is the Williams percentage, and that is a pretty good indicator to telling you where, if you're. I know a lot of people use the RSI and stuff like that. If you're oversold or overbought, things like that. I think the Williams percentage indicator is a little bit better at that. So, so smart money, it is that algorithm. That algorithm is basically controlled by the people that have the most of the asset itself, or the cryptocurrency itself. Those pools, I guess you could say. And since most of the time they usually work in cohesion. They know how to trade. They're not dumb. And even though this theory is based off Forex, it absolutely works in crypto. So, and I think I showed you that in EURUSD a couple days ago. If you want to rewatch that video, you can. And I even said today, since it's Wednesday, FOMC day, it would probably go crazy and strike above the high liquidity. It absolutely did do that, and I'll go over your USD as well, because I nailed that trade too. It was just way too easy of a setup. So first, hey, why not? Let me make sure I don't have my pretty little stuff outlined. There we go. So, let me go ahead and also get my ugly little head off of here. Fade off into the mist. All right. This is what Bitcoin looked like yesterday, right? And let me see here. We did, break this liquidity yesterday. Did we? Yeah, we broke this liquidity yesterday. And I was saying, we're probably going to fall back into these fair value gaps before we make any kind of bullish run. What surprised me is that it made a liquidity run. A liquidity run means that people were whenever it hit. Let me pull this up and show you. Whenever it did hit the bottom, as you can see, it hit the bottom of the breaker. So that's what this purple box is right here. That is this right here. So from this point to this point, that is going to be your breaker. Why is it a breaker? Because it goes from low to high and then to lower low. Once it gets to lower low, or you could even count this as the lower low, and then once it comes back through that area of these equal highs, it just runs them. And once it runs them, then it becomes a breaker. And so now that breaker is going to be the entire box of that last run up. So your last bullish candle to the top of the bullish candle, right? That's going to be your breaker. So what it did is it got all the way down to the bottom of this breaker and then started moving up, all right? And people started chasing it. Now we knew it was going to probably move up once it hit the bottom of the breaker. And then what did the algorithm do? It knew people were chasing it. It probably knew people had a short stop loss, so it just whoom, it just dropped really quick to take everybody out that was probably following it, that had a short stop loss, take them out really quick, and then continue on moving up. All right. So be careful with these things because they will do that to you. They don't care. Also, what it did is it took out this low-level liquidity area right here, and also hit an order block. So there was an order block right here. I mean, there's got to be a reason for it to drop like that. One was to take out anybody that was following it. Two, where is it going to stop? Well, it's going to stop somewhere that's going to have a bullish order block. All right, so that's what that was, the bullish order block. So takes out everybody, hits the bullish order block, boom, takes off running again. All right, now what we see here is we see these equal highs. I know you see them. I hope you see them anyway. I'm going to take this right here off, pull it straight across. That's what we're going to be expecting it to cross next, right? And it's going to probably pull down. I'm on a 15-minute chart. Looks like there's a little bit of a 15-minute fair value gap in here, but I'm going to expect it to get all the way down, if not to this red candle. Let's, make it bigger for everybody. If not to this red candle to bounce off of, then to this red candle to bounce off of. So watch in between these areas here. If it continues to fall, to bounce off of, and then make a run at these equal highs. Now I'm going to spread this across. That way we know where it's probably going to aim for. Now what it's probably going to do once it gets to these equal highs is either strike through it really quick and then pull back, which is what it usually does. That way, in case anybody's going short, it has a short stop loss, it'll take those people out, and that way anybody that thinks they're going to try to catch a breakout, it won't let them. It'll pull back through, and it usually does like a squiggly line through almost any kind of all these highs. You'll find out that a lot. So just like I said yesterday, after it broke that liquidity and it started falling back, I figured it would fall back into these fair value gaps, and ultimately it hit the bottom of the breaker. And then, of course, people chased it, and then the algorithm just said, screw you guys, I'm going to take anybody that's following me out. And, the people that have all the money in the world can do that. They can just sell everything and then just buy everything back in an instant and take everybody out and take their money, because they're not going to be able to make money, and especially when you're trading like futures or options or things like that. I don't know if they have It's just futures right now for Bitcoin. So take all those people out and then continue running. So, but now we're just looking for it to cross this on the upside and probably do a little squiggly line to take people out on both sides. Maybe dip back down to the 15-minute order block. Who knows? Or the 15-minute fair value gap, and then I think that's the hour gap, and then move along up there. That's what I think is probably going to happen. So everything I said yesterday about it falling back into the gaps, sure enough, happened. And then, all right, let's take out Ethereum. Like I said, yesterday's Ethereum was about, hey, it's getting high. Where is it going to fall back to? And I talked about, your premium and your discount lines, right? Your 61.8%, whichever way you flip it. All right. So it did get to its high, right? Finally. And then it started falling backwards. At that point, that's when you need to draw your fib. When you need to draw your fib, because that's going to tell you where your discount point is. And so since here we have a high, and I forgot, maybe it wasn't this one, maybe it was a different one, but either way, here we have this high, right, that broke this liquidity, right? We have this high and then this low, and then boom, we ran that high. So the last low just before running up the liquidity, above this high right here. And what do I mean by that? I mean this guy right here. Let me draw a little. If it'll let me. Oh, this mouse loves me, I swear. All right, we'll do an ellipse, whatever. Right there would be where your liquidity would be waiting, right? So what does it do? It just runs it. So that is your high, and then it pulls back, makes another low, and then it runs that liquidity, and then that is where you would put the bottom of the fib. Now you put the top of the fib, of course, at where it belongs, at the top. And then, like I said, your discount, your premium. Your discount is always going to be at the 61.8. That is where smart money is going to be looking to buy, anywhere at 61.8 or below. Even though retail always does a 61.8, it's the truth. That's the reason why there's a 61.8. It's because that's where smart money will want to buy. And it sure did. It came right down, hit that 61.8, and it started to move up. And it looked like here it was going to try to fall. And this is what I would encourage people, is if it does hit a discount area like that, and it looks like it's going to fall, don't fall for it. Don't sell. Hold on. I mean, what it could do is it could drive down below, even lower into the discount. That's fine. Add another position, buy more, because then it's going to come out of it. All right. And that's what it's done. And we've created another high today. It's just been high after high after high on Ethereum. It's been absolutely nuts. It's been awesome. And it's funny, I was using Gate for quite some time, but I've been trying to get everything off my Gate exchange, just because it is a Chinese exchange. I don't know how much more longer they're going to try to allow it, But Gate is like one of the only exchanges I have found that does have a 5 leverage token. I know KuCoin has some 3 leverage tokens, but Gate has a lot more leverage tokens, and also 5x leverage tokens, as to where KuCoin does not. So what I've done is I've turned that $10 of USDT that I really couldn't do anything with, and I used that to buy all the 5L tokens on Ethereum, and easily turned it, well, not easily, but it took a minute, but I turned it into about 30 USDT. And I mean, and that's still sitting in that account, and I have a feeling I'm still going to be using it in that same certain way. So that, like I said, and then pay attention to your premium and discount areas. Right, SHIB. What did I tell you about SHIB? The phantom trend line. I told you guys it was not going to follow the phantom trend line. What did it do? It popped up. It didn't get as high as I thought it would. I thought it was going to get a lot higher than what it did. But it seems like it may have just hit in bearish order block and then came straight down through the phantom trend line. Now the question is where's it going to go? Right? I still don't think it's hit its low point. I think a lot of people are thinking right now it's at a safe spot, or a safer support level, I guess you could say. And I don't think it is. I think this thing's going to come right down through again. One of the discount areas that we mentioned was here, and that is on the larger scale. And it's also in the daily fair value gap. So I think we're going to see it fall through that, and maybe even into the second daily fair value gap. Right? That just seems like it would be the most appropriate, would be the bottom of the bottom of the second daily fair value gap. Why? It just seems like there is, boom, you have this, then you have this, so you kind of have almost like a support level that's already been formed, and then on the way down you have a bearish candle that's going down through here, so that could be your bearish order block. A bearish order block would, anything that bounces off a bearish order block should turn around and go the other way. So not only are you getting into the discount, but it's also near the 80% as well as 79% as well. And usually right around the 80% level is when you see most reactions. So I'm waiting on SHIB to fall. I'm sorry, all you SHIB fans out there. I'm waiting on SHIB to fall till about, what is this, 0.4428, something like that, 0.440, somewhere around there. I guess I should say quadruple 04400. A lot of zeros in SHIB. But that's okay. But yeah, it went right through the phantom trend line like I had called. And so now we're watching to see what it will do next. Again, my thoughts, it's going to be dropping down to around the 80%, to the bottom of the daily fair value gap. And after that, we should probably see it pick up, or at least hopefully. Next one that we talked about was DOT, right? And I thought, it might come down into, this area, just because that's where the breaker was and things like that. But then again, once I really looked at it, it looked like it could possibly just be holed up right in this area here, like I thought I would. I mean, look at this. I drew this yesterday. That it could stay in this kind of territory, and then after that, probably take off. And what did it do? It almost did exactly that, except for it did stay right in the area. Then it moved out a little bit. Then it came up. And then once it came up, right there was the sign that it was going to go higher. Why? Because it created an area of 2 equal highs. Close enough. So, since it had an area of 2 equal highs, what does that mean? Well, now that it came back down through this little fair value gap, I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was a fair value gap. Once it came back down through the fair value gap and then came back up, it ran that liquidity, right? So liquidity sitting above it, liquidity sitting below it. People want to sell short with a short stop loss, and then people want to go long, try to catch a long breakout. It allowed neither of that to happen. So if you think you're going to do that, be careful. Make sure that you're knowing every single nook and cranny of the chart. The way it doesn't go against you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah. And then I think the last one that we will go over is going to be Solana. So again, yesterday Solana, another high. Jeez. Let's see here. So ran up to here. So we drew this out yesterday, and then I wasn't for sure. Yeah, this didn't happen until this morning. So again, there's that premium. Sorry, that discount area. As soon as it hit the discount area, what did it do? Took off. So again, those discount areas are going to be very, I wouldn't say very specific, but they could, depending on what platform you're on. You could share, your different what's the word I'm looking for? If you create a chain or something like that, and you need to block it. Yeah, this would be something I would go ahead and do and make sure it's locked. Right now, here we go. This is gonna be about EURUSD. I don't know if I can watch every single thing again, but I'm talking about the trial. I'm just talking about the trial. I'm not talking about actual, like, what happened. But here we go. Here's EURUSD. Oops, didn't mean to move that. But what was interesting about EURUSD, we talked about the Asian range. I talked about it trying to hit 4 Asian ranges. And what happened is that on its way up, and that was in the middle of the night, and then this morning was perfect timing for me because as soon, I mean, I woke up around 8:30. I saw it coming down, and then I saw it hit the exact bottom of the first deviation of the Asian range. So I automatically went into buy mode. And the reason I went into buy mode was because I knew it was either going to come up and get into this 15-minute fair value gap, or at least break the 100, or maybe it's vice versa. At least to get into the 15-minute fair value gap, or at the very best break, the most recent local high, which was also above the fourth Asian range. So, and of course, it did do that. Um, so I jumped in whenever this thing came down. I wasn't on top of it right away. I did jump in right around here. It was like 15700, something like that. And then of course I got out right at the 100. That's where I had my limit set. And so of course I had a 43 pip day on Euro USD. And now to be honest, I probably shouldn't have been trading at that time because like I said yesterday, NFP week, whenever we also have these numbers kind of coming out, the algorithm can act a little wonky, but we got lucky this time. So, well, not really luck. I just kind of had a vision about what was going to happen, and it put the vision in its place, and couldn't be happier about it. So, yeah, that's about it. And so I just wanted to do a recap of everything yesterday. Show you guys how the algorithm works, how what it's doing, and hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you learned something from yesterday's videos, all 4 of them. Me talking about how what to look for, in premium and discount arrays. Once it gets to a certain point, when you should put a fib, where you should be looking for, the turnaround once it pulls back, all that stuff. It all basically came true today, going through all these different scenarios. So that's what I wanted to show you guys today. So thank you very much. What I'd love for you guys to do is also do the thing I asked you to do in the beginning: subscribe, like, all that good stuff. That would be amazing. It helps me out. Or if at least just hit the like button. If you could just hit the like button, you guys really don't know how much it does help us. It helps push us up in the algorithm, gets us more exposure, especially little time people like me that have a small following. But evidently I have a good following, or else you guys wouldn't be here watching my videos. And I see what types of videos you guys watch. And you're watching a lot more retail oriented stuff, and I'm trying to get you guys into this smart money stuff so you guys can understand that the smart money is the more of the way to earn money. Yeah, I've made some retail videos that, the different things that you can do, in a retail mindset to, try to earn some pips here and there. But if you really want to earn some money, you got to do it through smart money. That's the only way you can really do it, or else you're just burning money. I'm telling you. I haven't been trading a huge long time, right? I've only been trading probably about a year and a half. Now, in that year and a half, I've learned a lot. In that year and a half, I've gained a mentor. In that year and a half, I have taken um, a $50 account to multiple grand account. So I don't know what else to say to try to get you guys to get on board with smart money other than just do it, right? Check out Inner Circle Trader. Check out his videos. He will have a good lesson plan of what to do, what to look for, that kind of stuff. I'm kind of here to kind of guide people day by day as to what can happen, as to what ICT has taught me, and how to translate that into a crypto, because a lot of people don't believe it. It translates it into crypto, because what he does is he does a lot of dollar videos, Euro USD, GBP, USD. Sometimes I really need to get into the beast, which is GBP, JPY, and also USD CAD. Those are the types of things that he does. But I'll take what he does and throw it up here, especially when I talk about Forex and the Asian range and stuff like that. Crypto is a little bit different. We're still learning exactly how smart money is playing out. We don't have because with smart money, in Forex there is a specific price, and then a specific time, and then price things have to be right. Crypto, we're still learning when those times are, because those times are extremely important. All right. But that's all I got for you guys today. That's all I wanted to get through. Just a little recap, show you what was going on, and I want you to do something for me, and it's a huge, huge favor. Go kiss your grandma, tell her that you love her, and make sure while you're doing it, you're wearing your pants. Okay? Good night.